Hello! Welcome to It's Crochet O'Clock. My name is Stephanie. We do this live almost every Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If this is your first time ever participating in a live chat and you want to take part of the chat that is happening, you have to be logged into your YouTube account. If you're not logged in, it's not going to let you participate. Also, while you're at it, make sure that you are clicking on the drop-down menu and selecting live chat. For some reason, it likes to default over to top chat, and what that's going to do is it's going to filter out some of the comments that are going on in live chat. You're going to miss some of the conversation, and you're going to end up lost in the sauce, and we don't want that to happen to you. Disclaimer. Let me not forget about the disclaimer. If you are new here as well, we have some locals here. They're known as the Three Musketeers. If you say something and a pun can be made out of it, one of those three is probably going to get it. And it's all in good fun. They're locals, I promise. They are not trolls. That's Freaky Sue and Anthony. Hello, hello, hello. Why, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dee slept wrong on her hand, so she is one-handed tonight. That's not good, Dee. That's not good at all. Oh, everybody's still filtering in. I got a big old box of yarn to open, you guys. We're going to wait just a couple more minutes for the folks to filter in that are going to filter in. Look at that sucker. That's that big old box of yarn down there. Here comes everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Don't harass them. They're local. Yes, that's true. Good morning, Anne, Leanne, Diana, Amanda. And there's John, who's a troll. John is mostly a troll. Yes, we're just going to go with that. John is mostly a troll. Most of the time. He's vying for the D'Artagnan position, but he just ends up being a troll most of the time. It's just the way that it works. What are you guys working on? While we're waiting for folks to come in, show me the yarn. You guys, hello Sabrina. We have to wait. Wait a minute. Patience. Because if we don't have patience, then I'm going to have to show it twice. I have been working on my 6-day kid blanket that I have going on. Been working on that diligently. I thought I finished on a gray part last night, but I guess I didn't. Oh no, you know what? I didn't finish on it. I knew that I wasn't finished with a portion last night. Maybe I'll have time to get to that. We'll have to see you. It's great to see you too, Anne. Hello, Sally. Welcome back. Oh, one more minute. One more minute. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. Okay. Let me pick up this sucker. Okay. I'm okay. Oh, you okay? I'm shaking you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm trying to reach the... Oh, okay. I have to open this carefully because I noticed when I was bringing it in that it's so cram-packed full that you can see the yarn underneath the tape. Man. Got you on my 65-inch TV again. Oh, thanks, Sabrina, for letting me know that. Thank you. Okay, got that part done. I gotta be careful with this part. I don't want to cut my yarn. Oh. exposing the blade. It can't be that heavy. It's yarn. It's a lot of yarn. It's a whole lot of yarn. Y'all, I'm just going to put it down on the floor. I can't hold it. Oh, doggy. Whew. I'm so excited. Alright, so to be honest with you, I don't even remember everything that I ordered. Did they send me another coupon? Why does it... I already used that one. Okay. Alright, now I remember what I ordered. I was so anxious that you would cut the yarn. I know, me too. Okay, so this is a 5-pack of Aran weight. I have a lot of this color in DK weight. I mean, a lot of it. I love this color. This one is, hang on, vintage pink. I love this color from Paintbox, but I didn't have any of it in Aran weight, so I got 5 of those. By the way, I had a coupon. That's what happened. I had a coupon. Oh, well, hello, Jagood. At least I think that was vintage pink. It should be. Yes, because I got some blush pink in DK weight. The lights are blowing it out. I love that color. The other one is more, let me put them next to each other for you guys so you can see them. There's a lot more orange in the vintage pink one. See? A lot more orange, but it's still, it's very pretty. It's very salmony. The vintage pink is very salmony. And we likes it. And then, let me see what we got. This is a 5-pack. That's Simply Aran, and I think that's coffee. Yeah, that's coffee bean. It's just a dark brown. We could always use a dark brown. Some of it is for a blanket. Did I tell you guys? It wasn't last week, it was the week before. I designed 3 blankets the week before last. 3 of them. I was on a mission. And one of them, the one that I like the most, some of this yarn is for it, so I can work up the full pattern that is designed and then design the border for it so it can go to the testers. This is Simply DK in slate gray, I believe. No, wait. Yeah, slate gray. Simply DK. I have a lot of this color in the Aran weight, but I didn't have any in the DK weight. So this one is going to go with the blush pink. This is granite gray in Aran weight. It's just a darker gray. There's 5 of those. 5 of them. There's yarn everywhere. Are we the same thing? Yes, we are. So this is for the blanket. This is what color? I think it's, yep, red wine in Aran weight. This is for one of the blankets that I designed, the first one that I'm going to do. So I didn't quite know how much yarn to order, and I always over order. But there's 15 of these. 15 of them. And then, let me take these out because we'll do the, oh, no, stay. This is rather squished. But this is light caramel in Simply Aran weight. Light caramel. And there's 15 of those too. So this color right here and this color together is the colors that I chose for the blanket that I'm making. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I will tell you that it's very, very versatile. So it'll work with many, many different color combinations. And then the last thing that I ordered was 4 balls of paint box cotton 4-ply. And the reason that I ordered it is because I wanted to see the difference. Hang on, let me grab one of the I wanted to see what the difference was going to be in the weight of them. Because I have cotton Aran weight, which is getting blown out because of the color. I have cotton Aran weight here. Then this is cotton DK weight. And then this is the 4-ply. And you know, I don't really think that the 4-ply, oh, this is upside down, we can't have that. I don't really think that the 4-ply is that much thinner than the DK weight. It doesn't look like it. I mean, it's obviously thinner than the Aran weight. But I had never gotten it before. So I wanted to grab some and try it. I mean, if it is thinner, it is marginally so. Marginally so. But I don't know. Maybe I should try working. Let's see. This recommends a 4mm crochet hook for the DK, and they're recommending a 3.25mm crochet hook for the 4-ply. Wait, question. So are the cotton paint box always smaller than the Aran weight? I wish the cotton was the same size. Well, these are three different, wait, let me see. They're all 50 grams. Yeah, they're all 50 grams. They're not smaller. What do you mean they're smaller? I guess I don't understand the question. Yet the 4-ply is, I mean, marginally smaller. Marginally. I use a 4mm on my cotton 4-ply. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe I will work something up with it. I have something that I was playing with. Pull out your crochet hooks and let's start comparing. Look at what I did the other night. It took me like 20 minutes to do this. I don't know why. Listen, I went to the craft store on Saturday, okay? Because I have fallen down another rabbit hole. If it's not volcanoes, then it has been this, and it has been consuming me. So I couldn't wait for Amazon to come through, so I took off and I went to the craft store. The Aran weight looks bigger on camera. It might look bigger because I have frogged. I frogged and wrapped it around. It's bigger in the size of the yarn, but it's all the same weight. It's 50 grams. How do I take off my sandals? It's uncomfortable. I can't sit properly in shoes. I used the cotton Aran on a summer Afghan and it took 6 balls per color. It's not all that bad. It's not all that bad, but I'm very curious to see how this 4-ply works up. Anywho, the rabbit hole. So while I was at the craft store, I passed by the DMC floss, which is something that I haven't looked at in ages. A lot of you who have been here for quite some time know that my first love, my first fiber love, was embroidery. I used to do tapestry embroidery for years and years and years and years. That like all barefoot on YouTube, ma'am. This is a family channel. I know, clutching the pearls if I were wearing them. I used to spend hours and hours and hours. I was so obsessed with embroidery that I would leave work on my lunch hour, and instead of going to go have lunch or eating lunch like most people would, I would go home and I would embroider for 45 minutes because I worked right down the road from my house. But kind of fell out of love with that, and I haven't looked at DMC floss since then. But I passed by the DMC floss, you guys. So I decided to crochet with it. Like, you can't see the sheen on it right now, but DMC floss is so pretty. So a whole bunch of that jumped into my buggy and had to come home with me. Are you going to do a tapestry again? No. I have one that is on my rack. I have a big standing rack. I have one. It's a scroll that I started, what is it? 14 years ago. And no, I started it 15 years ago, and I haven't touched it in about 13 years. But I've carried that sucker around with me everywhere. Man. So anywho, I fell down that rabbit hole. Hold on, I saw that Kim had answered. What's the yardage for cotton versus acrylic for 4-ply? I don't know. I don't know. All of this is cotton. This is the Aran weight is 93 yards. The DK weight is 137 yards, and the 4-ply is 186 yards. So you do get more, but it's smaller. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. This little thing that I did with the DMC floss, this is just the center for a doily because I only needed it 4 inches. So this came out right at 4 inches, which is the side that I need it for the rabbit hole that I'm falling down, that I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. But this is the center part for a larger doily, so maybe I will use some of this 4-ply to see how that comes out. I don't know. I don't know. I was bored enough to do a granny square in sewing thread once. Oh, you know, I got some sewing thread as well because I was thinking thread, and I got as far as the chain 6 and I had to stop. I was using a 0.4 crochet hook, you guys. 0.4 crochet hook. Do you know how tiny that is? Like, I've seen tweezers that are bigger than that sucker. I have one of those stands with something loaded on it for about the same amount of time. I also have a ton of DMC and specialty thread. I actually, I don't have any more DMC thread. I got rid of all of my DMC thread, but for some reason I kept that, and it just goes around with me. Only 4, yes, it's only 4 inches. That's it, 4 inches, that's what I needed. Just the 4. Suck in your tummy and you'll fit down that rabbit hole eventually. Listen, you guys, okay. An update on the rabbit hole from last week, okay? For those of you who weren't here, I discovered 2 weeks ago that not only is there a volcano in New Mexico, there's 11 billion of them, okay? So I've gone down a rabbit hole of investigating because now I have to know all the things, because you can't have contingency plans if you don't know all of the things. And I have learned that there's over 170 volcanoes in the United States. I have learned that of the 11 billion volcanoes in the state of New Mexico, we have 4 that are normal. I have also learned that people from all over the world come here to study volcanoes, come to New Mexico specifically to discover volcanoes, or not to discover, to study them, because this is the only place in the world where you can see every single type of volcano that there is in the world. We have it here in New Mexico. There's a lot of them, you guys. There is a lot of them. Hello, Maria. Welcome. Sorry, this is a crochet channel, honestly. Honest for truly, it is. So it's been a little chaotic. Oh, I need more yarn. Hang on, I need yarn. I ran out of this color. Ran out of that color. I'm gonna put you over there. I'm gonna work on my 6-day kit blanket. Where is... Hang on. Oh. Oh, pardon my squeak. Pardon. Oh, I squeaked again? How embarrassing. Okay. So I need to know what were you doing during the great internet outage of October 2021? I took a nap. Gosh, my chair tonight. I took a nap. I washed my hair. I went to a doctor's appointment. Went to the post office. WD-40, that squeak, I know. That's pretty good to know. Now I want to check out all the volcanoes. Listen, okay? You guys know that I'm a huge Game of Thrones person. I have been for years and years and years and years and years. I have spent more time going down rabbit holes for Game of Thrones than one cares to admit, right? So George R.R. Martin is the person that wrote that universe. He created that universe. He lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico. while I was going down the rabbit hole, I discovered that New Mexico has ice caves. So I went, ice caves? I have to know more about this. So I Google ice caves, New Mexico. First website that pops up, I open it. Boom! New Mexico, the land of ice and fire. And I went, because the TV series, that comes from one of his book series in that universe called A Song of Ice and Fire. And I was like, well played, George Martin. Yes, Yellowstone is a super volcano, and New Mexico has a super volcano. If you open up Google Maps, like just a smidge northwest of Santa Fe, and I mean just a smidge, you can see the caldera, the big old caldera. That volcano is still alive. It's not ancient. It is alive. And it is categorized as a young supervolcano. A young supervolcano. It's not okay. I was supposed to be getting scissors. It's not okay. Oh, Kathy, I'm so sorry to hear. Alright. Let me flip this around. A young supervolcano. I said it. The craziness, the craziness. I learned that there's a thing called a shield volcano, and they are completely flat. You can, I mean, not even a little hill or a little bump or anything. And we have a really big one. It is northeast of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, which coincidentally is where the Verizon Space Hub is. Spaceport America is in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. It's massive, massive, but it is ancient, so we're not too worried about that sucker. There is a volcanic field. I think we have 3 volcanic fields in New Mexico. One of them is still alive. That's at Carrizozo. That's the one that I was telling you guys. If you look at Google Maps in New Mexico, you can see what looks like this huge black scar. I learned, I knew that black scar was volcanic rock. It was like basically lava rock. I knew that. They call it the Valley of Fires, but what I didn't know was that when the last time the volcano exploded or did its thing, it oozed magma for over 1,000 years straight. And that is what created that massive magma lava flow thing. It's the longest one in the world, which is why you can see that sucker from space. It's terrifying. Also, the ice cave is just south of Grants, New Mexico. Again, one of the 4 volcanoes that are alive. The ice cave I thought was really cool, right? I thought that I was getting off my thing of volcanoes and the world is going to explode. Nobody told me this, and I moved to Pompeii. It was pretty cool, right? Ice caves, right? Super, super excited about it. Until I learned that the reason that there's an ice cave at all is because it's in a lava tube. From that volcano, it's in a lava tube, and the lava that dried in the lava tube insulates it, and it keeps that cave at 31 degrees Fahrenheit constantly. So as water seeps in, it freezes in there, and that's why there is an ice cave. I ain't going in no lava tube, y'all. It's ridiculous. For those of you who are counting, I've already told you where 3 of the live ones are. If you go directly west of Magdalena, New Mexico, that's where the 4th one is. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I had no idea. It's kind of cool, though. It's kind of cool. But it's also kind of terrifying at the same time. There's a volcano in Italy. I think the Canary Islands, Italy. Where was it? Somewhere else. It's erupting. I don't know. Ever been to Hawaii? You know Hawaii's only got 2 volcanoes. Hawaii's only got 2 volcanoes. There is a big old map. I Googled. I don't know how I found it. I would have to try and find it again. But I found this interactive map that has all the volcanoes in the United States and their status, right? I always thought that Hawaii was like, oh, super, super scary. This is, oh, I forget. It's color 233, or it would be 133 if you're looking for the DK, because this is Aaron weight. So for those of you who don't know, if you have color, Paintbox doesn't always put their colors on their things. They have numbers. Aaron weight is 200s and DK weight is 100s. So this is 233, Jen. So anywho, yeah, Hawaii is 2 volcanoes. That's it. But have you ever looked at Alaska? Listen, I'm just saying, have you ever looked at Alaska? You know the shape of Alaska, like there's the main land portion of Alaska, and then there's, wait, my aunt told me, the Aleutian Islands, is that what it is? That zips out that long strip of islands. Every single last one of them is volcanoes. Like, nobody should ever go there. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Nobody should ever go there. The craziness. Ugh. Does that mean they can only have 100 colors? I suppose so, Kim. I suppose so. I think they only have, like, I think it's 44 colors. Maybe? I don't know. Or do they move to thousands? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Alaska is the island next to Hawaii, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, John. The desert used to be under... Let me tell you, there is no active volcanoes in Australia. Move here. Amanda, they don't need volcanoes in Australia because everything else wants to kill you in Australia. That's why God didn't put any volcanoes over there on Australia, because everything else that's there wants to kill you. Just saying. Thank you, Melissa. Oh, so Albuquerque is in the center of a whole bunch of mountains, what I thought was mountains. One mountain range that is to the west of Albuquerque, you can look at it and you can see 3 very distinct layers on the mountains. On the west side of Albuquerque, there's this real deep valley, right? So get this. They have found aquatic fossils at the top of those mountains, and they have found aquatic fossils in the bottom of the valley that date from the same time period. That is cool. Like, the land is literally going like this. I think that's really cool. We have volcanoes southwest of Victoria's littered with them. They're just dead. Oh, 20-minute warning already? We need to be brave and tough to live down under. You ain't joking. And that ain't no joke. And I ain't that brave. Hey, Ruth. Welcome back, honey. Yeah. So that's been my, my rabbit hole. It's been a crazy, exciting journey. There is, loving our geology and biology lessons. Listen, okay, I'm relaying the information as I learn it. That's all I'm doing. Just relaying the information. I found out that the model of sewing machine that is currently on my wish list has a black edition available in the US. Black like my soul. But no idea if it will come to Australia. Oh, no. Oh, Kim. And you know what? That'll probably cost a ton to ship. Oh, speaking of shipping, so the U.S. Postal Service announced that it was increasing its prices for the holiday season. They're increasing their prices of first-class stamps again, while slowing down the delivery of first-class mail. So there's that. Change your mailing address and try it anyway. Listen, normally whenever Kim has that problem, Kim sends it to me and then I ship those things to her. But that sounds a bit heavy. It would probably cost as much to ship it as it would cost to buy the machine itself. The last few weeks we've had earthquakes and tornadoes, never boring in Oz. See, I'm telling you, and people give me grief about being okay with living in a hurricane-prone area. I'm telling you, hurricanes are the only natural disasters that have manners. The only one. All the other natural disasters, they just show up and knock on your front door. They don't call first. They don't write. None of that mess. They're just like, boom, hi. Why does that look funky? That is not okay. Hurricanes call. Let's lower the bar for United States Postal Service while making it more expensive too. Exactly. I was so mad when I read that. I know. I think every duck in the world just flew over my house. Holy cow. Could you guys hear that? It sounded like they were in my backyard. I would take an earthquake over a hurricane. Oh no, not me. See, because hurricanes, when they call, they tell you, hey, we're going to be here, you know, around this time. You know, and you get the option to choose to, you know, stay in your home and welcome them and share your hurricane rations with them. Or you get the option to just simply not be there whenever they arrive. And it's not rude to do so. You know, that the hurricane isn't going to be offended that you didn't even leave the front porch light on. Earthquakes, they don't do that mess for you. No, they just show up at your house completely unannounced, shaking everything up, breaking all of the things. No. Give me a hurricane. Hurricanes all day long. I'm so sorry, Ruth. Wait. Stephanie, what are you doing? I'm too busy chatting with you guys, and I'm putting clusters where I should be putting double crochets. I'd rather have a snowstorm than hurricanes or earthquakes? No, not after what I lived. Well, I guess last year we had a polar vortex. That polar vortex was not okay. You guys remember that? I had 2 pipes bust. All of that mess. You can make a hill out of snow for shelter. Oh, man. No. What? My bingo card has raining frogs and man riding a pale horse. Oh, I love you guys. I really do. Ugh. Man. I grew up with earthquakes. I like the feeling of the earth rolling around. Oof. See, Ruth and I are on the same page. Ruth said I would rather have a hurricane than snow or earthquakes. I'm there. Every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Because I ain't got to be there. I may not come back to nothing, but I'll be alive. Yeah. I prefer earthquakes as I'm used to them. I think it's different for you guys too that live in earthquake prone areas, because your building codes are a lot different. I think it depends on what natural disaster you grew up with. That might be true. No, Dee. No. No, no, no. Because I always turned my nose up at blizzards. Always. Always. And they told me, oh, it barely snows in New Mexico. You're going to be fine. It barely ever snows. I moved to New Mexico at the end of this month 6 years ago. Okay? In December, we had a blizzard. And everybody was just walking around, like I kept seeing on the news that this blizzard was coming and all of that. And everybody was walking around like nothing, no big deal. And they gave that sucker a name. And I said, look here, people, where I come from, if they give a storm a name, you pay attention. They didn't just give this sucker a name, okay? They called it Goliath. All right? I stood on my front porch and I could not see the tree that was between my front porch and the street. There was so much snow blowing that it was just a literal sheet of white. Could not see anything. Anything. Nothing. Give me a hurricane over a blizzard any day. Any day. I say nay. I say nay. Nay, nay. John said, yeah, my house is 200 years old and built to survive hurricanes, not earthquakes. Smelling what you're stepping in. I think if you want a house that's built to survive hurricanes and earthquakes, you're going to have to move to Charleston, South Carolina, because they learned their lesson with their major earthquake that tore up the city. I experienced one hurricane and I hated it. I hated stressing out for a week. Holly, honey, that's because you did it wrong. That's because you did it wrong. That is mandatory evacuations is mandatory vacation. And whenever you come from areas like that, the first thing that you have to make sure of is, one, that you have your hurricane box, but two, that you have your hurricane fund. And whenever you get mandatory evacuated, you go on vacation, inland. No stress. We're going on vacation. And the boss can't tell you that you can't take it. And better yet, you don't have to use your vacation days for it. Just saying. There's no stress. Quite a shit show. Yes, Maria, it was. And it was very scary. Very, very, very scary. It's not okay. I think I've been super close to a bunch of tornadoes. I've been in an earthquake. I've been in a blizzard. Been in a hurricane. I've been in a flood. I haven't, thank goodness, haven't experienced a tsunami. I haven't experienced an avalanche. Thank goodness. She said I was on vacation. Oh, you poor thing. Poor Holly. Mandatory vacation, which included mandatory joy. Exactly. The it wasn't Hugo. Floyd. Hurricane Floyd in 1999. I jumped into the car with a group of my friends and we took off and we went all the way to West Virginia. From the bottom of South Carolina, we went all the way up to West Virginia, and I went cave exploring. Minutes. It's it's looking a lot darker on the camera than what it actually is. It's more of a turquoise color. I never visit my mom now during hurricane season. You know, that's one thing that I don't understand. I don't understand why Crochet Guild of America chose New Orleans, because the conference is always in July. Why are you choosing New Orleans? Of all the places in the Southeast, why not go to Atlanta, that's inland, that has a major airport? Why not go to Birmingham? Why not go to Charlotte? Why not go to Columbia? You know, someplace inland. Let's go to Nashville. Let's go to Knoxville, Memphis. We could go to all kinds of places in the Southeast that ain't going to have a hurricane mess up our fun. But no, we're going to New Orleans. Not that I'm complaining, because the beignets, all right? The beignets. I get it. But it's July. It's hurricane season. It just doesn't seem wise to me. Climb a mountain of yarn, that should give you your avalanche. I have experienced that type of avalanche before. I do have to admit, I have. New Orleans and cross your fingers, right? Chicken tenders with country gravy and creamed corn and diced potatoes. Oh. Y'all? It doesn't make sense. I don't know what they were thinking. I'd be fine with Atlanta if I'm being honest. I mean, granted, there isn't as much walk around culture in Atlanta as there is in, I don't know. It's not even bird watching season in New Orleans in July. It's a July in New Orleans is a sweat your tush off season. That's what it is. Yeah. But it is what it is. I traveled in a whiteout once, not fun. I have traveled in fog that was so thick for like 20 miles that I could barely see the hood of my car. It was crazy. If a cattle truck took pity on me and got in front of me, and all I could do was follow the glow from his taillights, from his trailer. And every time I would slow down too much, he would slow down too, and I followed him through the vast majority of it, thankfully. So it was scary. I hate the airport in Atlanta. I don't have a problem with the airport in Atlanta. I always try to make my layover Atlanta when I visit my mom in South Carolina. I like the food. You know, most of the time I used to fly all the time. I mean, all the time. For years, I was on a plane all the time. So much so that there was this one bar in the Charlotte airport where they knew me by name. Because I would go and sit there and have myself a cold Dr. Pepper while I was waiting for my layover. But they knew me by name. That's how much time I spent in the Charlotte airport. I used to hate Dallas airport, but now I've gone through it so many times now that it doesn't bother me all that much. That sounds like Oklahoma City. I hated the roads there. Oh, I don't have any problems with driving in Atlanta either. And Oklahoma City was a breeze to me. I love how Oklahoma City puts the interstate numbers all big on the lanes, so you know way ahead of time what lane you need to be in. I love that about them. Dallas, on the other hand, I am a hot mess going through Dallas, you guys. A hot mess. Like, pull over, kick me out of the car, leave me on the side of the road. Absolute hot mess. I am not okay in Dallas traffic. Not okay. No, I'm not okay in Dallas. Not okay. Even at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Not okay in Dallas. I flew into Boston one time during a really bad snowstorm, and it was such a scary drive to my parents' house. Oof. Hey, that's the end of that section. Nice. I have no idea how many I have left, because my chart is out in the living room where I was crocheting last night. Just sit there, be quiet, and look pretty. Yeah, I'm not good at that either. This is how it's looking so far. I would imagine that's to the floor. So I probably need to do at least double this, because the person that it's for is taller than me. So there's that. Pack up all the things. Oh no, don't run over the yarn. There's yarn everywhere, guys. There's like yarn all over the place. Nashville seems to be that way too. Once you see the sign for your exit, you've missed it. I know. 3 hours left. Not quite. Not quite. Because I got to put away, yep, just the 3 colors for this one. Just 3. But yes, it's almost time to go because I have to put away all of this yarn. And then I have to go make myself dinner because it's that time. And then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to crochet some more because that's what I do. I do some things and a lot of crochet. Because my Crojo is back. I thought I was forgetting something. So let's see. Normal spiel. If you're not on the Facebook group, I don't know why you aren't on the Facebook group. We have fun on the Facebook group when it doesn't decide that it doesn't want to connect to the internet all day long. But normally we're there. The shenanigans continue there. You can also check the link below for Patreon. Patrons get behind the scenes stuff. They get to see projects that I'm working on that nobody else does. Some of them get early access to pattern releases and video releases. There's specific merch just for the patrons. All of that good stuff. So if you're not a patron, you might want to check that out. If you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button. Click the bell. Make sure that your notifications are on. And I'm on TikTok now. It eats up all of my life. But I'm on TikTok too. Okie dokie. So, I am going to take off for this week. I will see you guys next week. You guys be kind. Have an awesome week. If I don't get to talk to you in between now and then, you get to see Stephanie in her pajamas. Yes. That is a bonus for patrons. They get to see me in my pajamas sometimes. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.